is Chang Hun-seok. I'm Professor, College of Liberal Arts, Sorbonne University. Let me introduce my presentation topic is a study on the multidimensional religiosity and mental health relationship of married migrant women. This content is first, introduction, second, acculturation and mental health of married migrant women, 3, religiosity and mental health, 4, conclusions. Introduction. In the modern pluralistic situation, multiculturalism based on racial diversity focuses special attention. Multicultural issues began to emerge as a social keyword in Korea after the middle 1980s. Interest and understanding of multiculturalism increased due to the expansion of migrant families following increase in the foreign migrant works and international marriage following the neoliberal economic order. However, religion functions as a very important fact in the process of multicultural socialization in Korea. Religion is an important fact in inducing immigration, helping immigrants adapt to the culture of a destination. And on the contrary, it's a duly fact that can be the first cause of maladjustment. Specifically, religion maintains its identity during the migration process, while also helping to adapt to local areas through solidarity with those who believe in the same religion. For example, a study that found that 70% of Koreans who immigrant to the United States adapt American society through local churches, including Korean churches, is a prime example of religious groups acting as a bridge to adapt to migrant society. On the other hand, if the mainstream society or many established religion are unfamiliar with the release of migrants and the treat or reject it with a prejudice, it may lead to alienation and the discrimination of migrants, or if migrants form an exclusive religious community and are passive or refuse to adapt to the migrant society, it may lead to conflict between religious groups. Immigration can be defined as a stress-induced life event that not only requires social acculturation in itself, but also requires considerable psychological and mental adaptation. Furthermore, marriage migration can cause more problems in terms of mental health than other forms of immigration in that it requires significant cultural and emotional adaptation, even within the family. Married migrant women have been subject to discrimination and cold treatment due to their exclusive culture, the pure blood ideology underlying Korean society. For this reason, it has been reported that domestic married migrant women are also exposed to chronic tension and stress and do not have the opportunity to properly resolve them in an isolated environment. So, there is a high risk of experiencing mental health problems such as depression and anxiety. In short, domestic studies examine the relationship between religiosity and the mental health of married migrant women are very insufficient. Research on the relationship between religiosity and the mental health of married migrant women is insufficient because there is no religious conflict experienced by multicultural families in Korea. Therefore, this study aims to explore the vulnerability stress model that comprehensively explains the stress response of married migrant women in acculturation, religion, and mental health approaches as an argument to investigate the relationship between multidimensional religiosity and the mental health of married migrant women. Chapter 2, Acculturation and Mental Health of Married Migrant Women. Acculturation is an essential phenomenon encountered in the process of migration of married migrant women. Acculturation refers to various changes that an individual or a group experience in contact with another culture. In the process of acculturation, individual or groups migrant experience various changes in identity, values, behavior, cognition, and attitude. And the difficult experience these changes lead to acculturation stress or psychological cultural conflict. In particular, married migrant women experience mental maladjustment by experience individual, family, and social changes and crises due to marriage along with cultural changes caused by migration. As such, the stress of acculturation of married migrant women is closely related to mental health. According to previous studies on the mental health of the migrant, migration and mental illness are generally related. Fact before migration, the migration process itself and the fact after migration continues to affect mental health of the migrant, and the personal and the social effect of migrants combine to affect the mental health of migrants. Regarding the mental health of Korean married migrant women, the following are noteworthy part. Although religion often plays an important role in responding to the formation and situation of migrant women and the adaptation of married migrant women, independent research on the religion marriage migrant women is very limited. Although there are some studies related to the religion of the married migrant woman, it has shown limitation in analyzing in depth the religion of married migrant women by dealing with only social demographic values or analyzing only some religion. In short, religiosity is not a single area that can be easily identified, but a multidimensional concept. Religiosity, in a broad sense, is defined as an attitude, belief, motive, pursuit, or action toward the religious spiritual content or process. Both religiosity and spirituality refer to the pursuit of divinity through interaction with the religious doctrine, religious consciousness, and the religious group with a specific religious system. While spirituality tends to refer to the pursuit of divinity as an individual experience, religious and spirituality has been used intersectionally, and there have been efforts to distinguish the two concepts. But this study attempts to approach religion as a concept that comprehensively encompasses human life, human religious behavior, and includes individual spiritual pursuit with a system of religion. Chapter 3, Religiosity and the Mental Health. In addition, if we look at negative research that religion is harmful to mental health, there are representative psychologists such as Freud and Ellis that religion is associated with various personal inadequacies. According to Besson and Ventis, empirically investigated the relationship between mental health and the religious environment. People with faith are less likely to reveal mental illness, but there are far more studies showing that they are inferior to people without faith, personal competence, self-acceptance, and self-realization, personal maturity, openness, and flexibility. Regarding the complexity and the multi-layered nature of mental health, DSM is the most widely used mental disorder diagnostic classification system officially used by the APA worldwide. In 2013, the fifth revised DSM-5 was published. In particular, from DSM-4, 62.8289, the religious and spiritual problems were included in the 5 code under the title of Additional Situation to Pay Clinical Attention. Among them, religious issues deal with loss of skepticism of faith and the change of conversion of the denomination. Therefore, this study attempts to explore the vulnerability stress model that comprehensively expands the stress response as a reference frame for comprehensively understanding the relationship between religion and mental health. This model is used for comprehensively confirming the multidimensionality of religion by understanding the relationship between religion and mental health as a complex process rather than a single dimension. And structural relationship between religion and the mental health is presented as a past model as shown in Figure 1. Figure 1 is religiosity and the mental health past model based on stress vulnerability model. Specifically, the process of mental health that affect the health state of the religious people, physical health, psychosocial health, and the spiritual health can be viewed as a coping behavior with a challenge of stress source, individual tendencies, social health resources, and need. When these mental health effects are related to religion, there are 5 categorical approaches. First, religion's concentration or centrality, analyzing environmental and personal trend and how much to focus on religion and need. Second, resources, analyzing personal and social functions supporting religion. So, desire, analyzing the degree of experience with the religious and the spiritual needs. First, coping, identifying religious and the spiritual strategies and activities that respond to experiencing life crisis or serious illness. Fifth, quality of life and well-being, identifying the relationship between the religious and the spiritual well-being and general physical and psychosocial health. This is possible. Chapter 4, conclusion. Religion functions as a very important factor in the process of multicultural socialization in Korea. Religion is an important factor in existing immigration, and it helps immigrants adapt to the culture of destination. And on the other hand, it's a dual fact that can be first cause of maladjustment. Despite the fact that religion is closely related to the formation of multicultural society and the mechanism of adaptation of migrants in various aspects. Studies on the relationship between multicultural society and religion have mainly focused on analyzing the religious organization support project and religious activity in the field of culture, education, human rights, and welfare, while limiting them to benefit target. These preceding studies have shown limitation in analyzing in depth the relationship between religious characteristics and the mental health of married migrant women by only dealing with the social demographic variables such as the presence or absence of the religious constant duration of the religious activity, and the participation in church activity, or by analyzing only some religion. Religion functions as a very important factor in the process of multicultural socialization in Korea. Religion is an important factor in inducing immigration, and it helps immigrants adapt to the culture of destination. And on the other hand, it's a dual fact that can be first cause of maladjustment. Despite the fact that religion is closely related to the formation of multicultural society and the mechanism of adaptation of migrants and various aspects, studies on the relationship between multicultural society and the religion have mainly focused on analyzing the religious organization, sport, project, and the religious activities in the field of culture, education, human rights, and welfare, while limiting them to benefit target. These preceding studies have shown limitation in analyzing in depth the relationship between the religious characteristics and the mental health of married migrant women by only dealing with the social demographic variables such as the presence or absence of the religion, religious constants, duration of the religious activities, and the participation in church activity, or by analyzing only some religion. And the fruits of this measure are used qualitatively and quantitatively to explore the multidimensional religiosity and the comprehensive health status, psychological health, psychosocial health, and the spiritual health of married migrant women. It will contribute to successful adaptation to Korean life by driving appropriate intervention strategies, by analyzing individual and environmental values of married migrant women. Thank you.